Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. I hope that you're having a wonderful Monday. If you're not, shake it off and start over again because tomorrow's Tuesday and we're going to have a wonderful day no matter what it is. Find something that makes you put a smile on your face and keep it going. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming to my live on Sunday. It was 260 something people that watched me on Sunday, which was a record breaking number. I am so grateful and so honored and so humble to have that many people on my channel listening to what I have to say. It was scary because I'm a little shy. You wouldn't think that. But thanks to Sam, she's just a darling that helps me out with my lives. And without her, it would probably be very difficult for me to get this stuff done. But thank you for joining me on Sunday. Thank you for your kind words. And I hope you're here to stay. My daughter has a cold. And for the first time, it feels like it's coming out. And I know it's kind of gross, but it is. And she didn't go to school today, but and she won't go tomorrow. I'm trying to fight off whatever she has, and she has asthma, and just like me and my husband, and so I have to keep an eye on that with her inhaler, and so on and so on. What else is going on? P Diddy is in trouble. P Diddy, Puffy Combs, Sean Puffy Combs, whatever you want to call him. This is some USA news. He is a billionaire or millionaire. He is an A-lister. He's on the top of. He was here. He's a mega star over here in the United States. His homes were raided, both of them today, and the reason why they said because of sex trafficking. They went in there looking for videotapes, online stuff, computers, anything that they can hold against him. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. There were 3 or 4 people in the house and they had guns to them. And I would have been scared. And they handcuffed them and just, it was really like something out of a show. I haven't heard that he's been arrested. And, I was watching, I like him to make it make sense. Word on the street is, according to one of his subscribers, is that he was in a plane. They intersected his plane and told him to get off. That was word on the street. So I don't know how true that is. I usually don't like to hear things 2 or 3 more times before I like to say it on my channel because we don't deal in conspiracy. We try to keep the facts straight and allegedly to where they need to be. Okay. Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much. I was so excited about my live and so excited about having so many new people come and join us. It was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Let's hit it. It's the Mimi Show, Meghan. It's the Mimi Show. It's all about Meghan. It's the Mimi Show. It's all about Meghan. It's the Mimi Show. Oh. Yeah. Again. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Oh. Yeah. All about me. Everything is all about Meghan. But I believe Meghan has finally messed up. They finally, if this doesn't turn on the light bulbs of every citizen that is looking at the royals and trying to determine, which side you want to be on, or not even that, just who's lying and who's not, who's being for real and who's being fake. Well, this is it. You can't get it no better than this. You can't get the receipts no better than this. Because this tells a story about a woman that is evil, not allegedly, and a psychopath. And she is hell bent on taking anybody down that gets in her way of her fame and fortune. She manipulated her way into the royal fold. They let her in without questioning Harry's integrity. Then she comes in and she flips it upside down, turns it around, and ever since she's been in there, it's been hell on earth for the royals. And they've had to endure this woman's venom, racism, suicidal. They was being mean to me. They treated me like this. Catherine did this. The bridesmaid dresses, she made me cry. The lipstick. And she didn't want to hug me. And Catherine's the racist. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, said that King Charles and Catherine were the two that were racist. She said it in December in the Endgame book with her best friend, Obed Scobie. And so, before we get started, because I'm going to get into it, I want to wish our queen to be Princess of Wales, full of health, strength, love, and all our well wishes as she continues to be strong for her country, her kids, and everyone, and continue to show us what a lady and what a woman is all about, how to be a real princess. Never thinking about herself, always thinking about others. Putting herself aside. Not playing the victim like Meghan. Oh, they did this and they did that to me. You wasn't even in there long enough for anybody to do nothing to you. But you're the victim. Poor me. Who's the victim now? Who's the victim now but don't even act like the victim? Your sister-in-law is sick. But you have an evil thing going on inside of you that by all means necessary, you're going to be famous and rich. You don't care who you step on, who you anger, who you upset, who you hurt. Well wishes to our princess, Catherine, Princess of Wales. Beautiful, looking wonderful. Even when she's not well, she's still looking like a goddess. Then you got her sister-in-law over here playing games with people's lives, bullying them behind the scenes, and then going on TV lying, talking about she's being bullied when she's the biggest bully of them all. Meghan is the biggest bully of them all. She has the Sussex Squad. And it is time for Americans and all of us to see reveal behind the curtain who is behind the Sussex Squad. Who allows it to go on? Who encourages it? Who likes it? Meghan. I heard on the Duchess of Narcissus. It was really good the other day too. How she believes Meghan is watching her. You got to go watch the segment. I believe she's watching her. I really do. Because on her docuseries, the Duchess of Narcissus came up. It flashed. She was one of the people that were being accused of mistreating Meghan on the docuseries. That's what blew my mind. I said, oh, Duchess, a narcissistic. Wait a minute. She did. She was watching you. If she wasn't, Boozy was. And Boozy went back to tell her. It's time to. I haven't talked about this. I've never had this conversation with you guys. But we're going to talk about the Sussex Squad, how it relates to Meghan, and how Meghan is about to be exposed. Because she has, to me, she has done her last trick, her last fakery, her last pretend. She gets on stage and sits on there on International Women's Day and sit in our faces and starts lying to us and making up stories about people bullying her when she's the biggest bully of them all. We are information people about who she is. That's all we're doing. Mine might be a little bit harsh, a little bit. I do know because I may rant on her a little bit sometimes because I'm disappointed in her. Don't hate her, disappointed. Very disappointed. Dislike her a lot. Why would you allow a group of people to, Meghan, this is to you, why would you let a group of people talk about your in-laws, your family in such a derogatory way and then lie? He gets on there, Boozy gets on the docuseries and lies about us, talking about we're bots. No, you're creating bots. You're doing this stuff. You're the Sussex Squad. You're the evil Knievel. Now, I done picked up Dan Wooten. We're going to get to his video, okay, guys? And unfortunately, Meghan Kelly is with him. What can you do? And so we're gonna dig a little deeper. Let's see how evil she is. Let's see if she could have stopped all this a long time ago. I said about my station, I said I'm waiting to change my narrative. I'm waiting to change my tone, my attitude, everything there is about Meghan, but there's not. Every time you uncover something, more and more nasty, disgusting things that she does is uncovered. You can't find any nice things that she does because it's fake. Invictus is fake. Going on stage pretending like you're philanthropy and that you're all for women and all about community and love and family, all that BS. That's a bunch of BS. It's disgusting. And then sit behind the Sussex Squad and allow them to decimate her family. The one that gave her what? The Duchess of Sussex. The one that gave her the ability to create a website with all this royalty on it that doesn't belong to her. And her puppet sits back and allows her to do it. I wonder what Harry is thinking about right now since his sister-in-law, his second sister, at least that's what he said back in the day, is feeling sick. Does he care? Meghan won't let him. She's not going to let him bond with his family or even apologize or do anything in that arena. So that there's never going to be a reconciliation until she's gone. Until Harry removes himself from the bad situation that he's in, he's going to be constantly in this situation. Yes, I heard that she was going to be doing another interview with Oprah. Oprah going to get herself into some more trouble. Anybody that associates themselves with Meghan are in trouble. Boozy, he's in trouble. He's ahead of the Sussex Squad. He's a part of the Sussex Squad. I just found Dan Wooten is coming out the woodwork. So let's look at the receipts.
Please God, none of that. Issues and some detail. Now, lots of people would say that was a mistake.
And his
Here we go.
tonsure. Like, don't he?
Yeah. Please God, none of that. We don't need to know.
He's really gone there, Dan. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's talk about what some of these bad actors have been doing, because I did think it was interesting that this guy featured in their Netflix documentary, in Meghan and Harry's Netflix documentary, last name Boozy, Christopher Boozy. He's been...
Megyn Kelly, whether we like her or not, has 1.82 2 point something million followers. Okay. And she has a following. And to me, for the first time in forever, the Sussex Squad is being linked to Boozy. Boozy, the same guy that was in Meghan's docu-series, the one that was lying about the bots. Excuse me. That's that stupid stuff. That's that stupid stuff. Boozy has been named. Now TMZ need to get a clip, a clue, a glue, and see, who's this Boozy character? And who's this Sussex Squad? They belong to Meghan. They are the vultures and the evil enemies that go after her sister-in-law, her brother-in-law, her entire family, and she allows it to happen. If she is not a part of it, has her own login and doing it herself, allegedly. To me, what Catherine has done has opened up the door for us to dig in deeper to find out who is the trolls that are going after Catherine. It's not just about the American celebrities coming out apologizing and saying, oops, we made a mistake, or even calling them out, the ones that didn't. They're in trouble. They're getting theirs. Trust me, everybody's talking about it. Because everybody's talking about the onslaught of support that Catherine is getting. She is, to me, the most beloved person in the world. The world. If we did a consensus, she would be up there at the top. At the very, very top. Meghan hires Boozy, the Sussex Squad leader, to be on her docu-series to talk about people like me. But he doesn't talk about the people he done made up and they've created and going after the entire family. Let's continue. Let me let them talk.
One of the chief firelighters, as far as I can tell, on the doubting, and he continues to. So here is a guy featured in their Netflix documentary, in Meghan and Harry's Netflix documentary, last name Boozy, Christopher Boozy. He's been one of the chief firelighters, as far as I can tell, on the doubting, and he continues to. So here is a bit of what he has been saying. Is this his comparison of them at the farm? I'm not sure which shot we pulled. Or maybe it's video. Hold on, let's watch it. All right. He posted this to Twitter, comparing them walking where we know it's them versus these two at the farm, suggesting there's a difference, right? Some people online have said, there's a height difference, Kate versus William. Hold on, let's watch it. All right. He posted this to Twitter, comparing them walking where we know it's them versus these two at the farm, suggesting there's a difference, right? Some people online have said, there's a height difference, Kate versus William. I mean, sometimes we wear heels as women, sometimes we don't, who knows? But a lot of people believing that farm video is not the real Kate, some suggesting it's not even the real William. And this guy, Christopher Boozy, is a tech CEO. Again, he was from the Meghan and Harry documentary. I use that term in air quotes.
Sorry.
Let me give you what he's saying. I'm sorry to hear Kate has cancer. I hope she has a full recovery. He posted this on X. But it's also clear that all 3 earlier photos of her were fake, and the palace tried to cover it up. There was one of her sort of puffy-faced caught in the car. There was one of her in a different car, and then there was the farm video. It still hasn't dawned on most people yet how much the palace lied. Kate is fighting cancer, and they blamed her for the Photoshop photo, knowing it wasn't true. Kate wasn't releasing blurry fake photos of herself. I'm not the least bit embarrassed. I said the woman in the Windsor Farm video wasn't Kate, and she's not Kate. Kate bravely sharing her cancer diagnosis has nothing to do with the smiling person who was walking fast and holding a grocery bag. I am vaccinated against gaslighting. And there's much, much more from this guy, but what do you make of that?
Well, look, this plays into a much bigger issue. So Christopher Bouzy, he is effectively the spiritual leader of the Sussex Squad. Now, the Sussex Squad, Meghan,
He called him the spiritual leader. He's the spiritual leader for the Sussex Squad. The spiritual leader, the cult, the leader, no, Meghan's the leader. He's the executive assistant. He's the EA. Meghan's the leader. Because Meghan could have told him, listen, shut it down. Don't talk about them like that. All she has to do is tell one person, and then the Sussex Squad will do exactly what she tells them to do. What's she going to do? Deny it in the end? What's she going to do to you Sussex people when the word get out on TMZ and on page 6 that there's something called the Sussex Squad out there trashing Princess Catherine on a daily, regular basis? And Meghan's the ringleader of it. How do you not see the connection? He was on the docuseries. I know Megyn Kelly is tripping. I am. I'm tripping because I've known this. But now that Catherine sat on that bench and told us that she is ill and she is concerned about her kids and shut the hell up. And when she said, be quiet, she was talking to Meghan and the Sussex Squad. But not only was she sitting on that bench, not knowing that she's exposing the Sussex Squad at the same time. That's how beautiful she is, because she can say it without telling it. Because as soon as she sat down and told her story, everybody was apologizing and pretty much sorry and coming to her aid. Meghan, we're praying for you guys. That lifeless piece of crapola that she's put out there as a statement that means nothing, because you know Boozy, you know Obed Scobie, and you hide behind these people, and they let you until you start pointing the fingers at them, because it's gonna get hot. Because now word on the street is that there's this squad out there, Meghan, that you're a part of. You can't disassociate yourself from a person that was on your docuseries praising you and talking about how people were after you. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry, I know sometimes I get to ranting.
actually a really nefarious force on the internet. They are the biggest group of trolls in the world. I think the vast majority...
They are the biggest group of trolls in the world. That's what he said. If it was any one of us, and we've known this for years, that there's something called the Sussex Squad out there defending me, but also in the process of trashing my family. How do you allow that to happen, Meghan? Why are you okay with the Sussex Squad treating your family this way? How are you okay? And then going to get on TV and pretend that you're the victim again. Yes, the bullies are out there, and the CEOs won't do anything about it. From those like social media platforms, it's the bullying. No, you're the bully. And you're the liar and the manipulator, and you're trying to manipulate us into thinking that we're the ones that's bullying you, and we're not. We're trying to tell the world that you're the bully. But your platform is a little higher than ours, and people are listening. But now that Catherine sat on that bench and told that story about her life and shut everybody down, just shut it down. Boop. Meghan's name is attached to the Sussex Squad. Sussex Squad. It is being revealed. Every video that I'm going to do now, I'm going to make sure that I mention them, not to give them praise, but to remind us of the trolls that Meghan is attached to. Remind us that Meghan is the bully. Meghan is the reason why they had to come out and say something. Because of the Sussex Squad. The Sussex Squad started and then the media just picked it up and took it on with it. But go back to the source. He's still talking about a picture about her walking with her husband, getting some dinner or whatever, and that's not her. So, first of all, who gives a dang on care what Boozy says? That's the problem. It's caring. It's giving him room to have this moment. His time is coming, just like Meghan. It's already been there. He's wasted space. He's wasted. He's just wasted, and he's just become this. He's with her. He's this narcissistic person.
Give them a fake. I've learned that the key ringleaders will run hundreds and hundreds or even thousands of accounts. Bots are involved. But what the biggest issue is that Boozy claims to be the guy who's railing against internet trolling, just like Harry and Meghan do. Harry in his role at the Aspen Institute as this disinformation czar. And yet, when it comes to this story, they are the ones leading the charge when it comes to disinformation, trolling, and abuse. So I'm going to quite publicly now, Meghan, again, call on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, if they really believe what they say about trolling and disinformation on the internet.
And see, this is why I'm disappointed in Samantha's judge. This information about the Sussex Squad is in her deposition. This would have allowed the world to even see more that, there is a Sussex Squad. What is the Sussex Squad? Because it would have been mentioned in the court with her, because her lawyer had already said it. That they're trolls. They went after Samantha. They demolished her, and she did nothing. While she was crying about the palace wasn't saving her, she did nothing but allowed those trolls to attack her entire family, her sister, and her father, because she was the one with the spotlight. She was the one that had the stardom. Her sister doesn't have a spotlight. She's not this famous person because she didn't marry the prince. Meghan married the prince. So she's the star. So people's looking at her and listening to her and thinking that what she's saying is true about everything, especially in the beginning. And then come to find out, wait a minute, you got people, you got people from your docu-series trolling your sister-in-law, throwing up pictures and stuff and saying negative things about her. And you know good and well, if there was a something called the Catherine Squad or the Cambridge Squad, you'll be ready to snap, crackle, and pop. She would have been told to what? There's this thing that's called the Cambridge Squad. The Cambridge Squad, and they're coming after me. Catherine didn't sit on that bench and say the Sussex Squad has called. This is Meghan's version. And this is Catherine's version. Lady, just beautiful, all about taking care of, keeping just awesome. Meghan's thinking about self. Well, there's this thing called the Cambridge Squad. And they've been coming after me and bullying me online. And just, it's just, and we as women are supposed to come together and do this. Whining and crying. But that's not, Catherine, that's not, she didn't go on there talking about the Sussex Squad, but she could have. She could have. She could have said, in the past days, I have been, under a little bit of scrutiny from, a squad called the Sussex. Can you imagine? Catherine? Yeah, well, ask me a question. That's what I want to tell them. You can ask me 2 questions. What made you have to come out and say this? Well, for one, there's this Sussex Squad that is vehemently out to get me. And I didn't want my kids to be subject to this when they were in school. Meghan doesn't think about how her actions affect others because she doesn't care. Because it's all about, it's the Mimi show. It's the Mimi show. But to me, for us Americans to ignore the fact that she has this Sussex Squad and she knows the people that are in the squad, if not paying them personally, because I'm sure she paid Boozy to get on there and say what he had to lie about. Lying. Meghan lied. We're not bots. We're real people. Boozy spends his days concerned and worried about what everybody is saying about him and calling him out. I remember when he was harassing Sue Smith. He was bullying Sue Smith. He bullied her. He was trying to bully her. And the nerve of him to say anything about her beauty when he looks like the Barbados lady said, a ape. That's what she said, I think. He's not attractive. I'm sorry. He's just not attractive. No. You gotta, that's just my personal opinion because he's not my type. He's a know-it-all. And he's a liar. He's a lot of things.
Harry and Meghan, the time has come for you to completely disassociate with Christopher Boozy and the Sussex Squad. If you are not prepared to do that, I believe you are leading this charge against your own family with online trolling. And I think it makes him the biggest hypocrites on the internet.
Beautiful. I don't know what's going on with Dan, but Dan is on a mission. And they can't censor him or shut him up anymore, or try to. It's just like the Real Housewives, I think that's her, that she goes on there and explains that Harry and Meghan are trying to censor us. They can do that all day long, but their website and her rebranding and all this me stuff that she does, it's not going to succeed. It's just not a success story here. It's just not, unfortunately. You take a princess and now all of a sudden she's making Nutty Buddy and juices and jams and stuff like she's this gourmet cook. Meghan is trying to do trying to make any money any kind of way that she can and trying to stay relevant. She'll be back. She'll be back out here to say something in a minute and do something. But what I do know is the biggest thing is that we need to get the word out that there is a squad called the Sussex Squad that are bullies. They are the bullies. And Meghan is the leader of the squad. Kisses to all of you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I probably had more to say, but I'm going to let you go. I told my husband 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It's been about 40. Kisses to all of you. Thank you for my new subscribers. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. And most of all, leave me one of those beautiful comments. See you later.